Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all can see me. As soon as you're able to validate that, please let me know. I'm just looking to see if you guys can hear and see me this evening. I see so many of you pouring in. Greatly appreciate all of you for being prompt and on time so that you can make the most of your membership. Let me see who is in here tonight. Let me know where you're from. Hey, Tamika, I see you in here this evening. Okay. Tell me where you guys are from. There's so many of you on tonight. Okay. All right. So just to introduce myself, my name is Tamara and I'm the manager of Literature Academy. And my job really is to bring all the information to you, find the best experts to give you all of the information you need in the financial areas that you need help in, and really to just service you so that you can live a richer life and achieve that goal of financial wholeness. So I wanted to do something a little bit different tonight. We've done this once before where we had a session about how to make the most of your membership so that you all, are able to navigate throughout the academy and be able to take the courses that are suitable for you. So shout out to y'all. I see all of the locations coming in. I see Virginia Beach, New Orleans, Charlotte. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. New York City is always in the building, of course. Oh, got some California folks. Let's see. We have someone from Europe. So London is in here tonight. All right. And okay, everyone's saying they got sound and they can hear me. So perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get this session started. But first of all, before I even begin, I want to know what brought you here. So most of the time when I post something about how to make the most of your membership, it's usually because you're struggling. Either you didn't start yet, which is okay. We're all guilty of that. I actually have another course that I'm a part of as a member that I paid good money for. And I haven't even started it yet because it's just the thought of it is overwhelming because it's so intense. And then two, I want to know if this is a refresher session for you. You're just coming in because you're ready to, get started. We're ending the year. We're about to begin 2020 and you're ready to get those goals set. Just tell me, where are you right now with Literature Academy? Are you brand new or are you getting a refresher here? Okay, so many of you in here tonight that the thread is like on a slight delay. So please excuse my pauses while I figure out where you guys are from and what brought you here. Okay, so until those pour in, I'm gonna just go ahead and get this session started. Let me go ahead and bring up some slides and I'll have some worksheets for you guys and some resources to share so that you guys are able to make the best of this. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And I might not be able to see the comments for a while, but so there will be a couple of moments where I will pause to go ahead and see your comments. All right. All right, so let me see if you guys can see this screen. Please go ahead and confirm and let me know if you can see that. And then hopefully you guys can see me too. I like when I'm still able to show my face and you guys are able to see a little bit of something so that we can have this live interaction. So again, really, this is about how to make the most of your membership. And I just want to know where you are in your financial journey. Are you new to the academy, or are you here to just gotta get a refresher and get started all over again? All right. So what we're going to cover today is your financial challenges, your financial goals, the first classes to take, and how to create an action plan towards those goals. So often when you come to the academy, just financially and mentally, you just know that there's so much to cover that it can be overwhelming in the beginning. And what I want you all to know is that when you are in the academy, it's not about knocking out all of your goals all at once. It's about making progress and hitting those baby steps so that they can turn into adult steps and really make a difference in your financial for your financial situation. So the first thing I really want to go over today is what are your financial challenges? We're going to identify those and then we're going to move forward. But before we begin, I want you all to really just celebrate yourself, because you joining the academy and you being here tonight is showing that you are investing time in yourself, in your goals, in your vision for your future. So a lot of the times I think that we, especially as women, I know there's some men in here occasionally, but for the most part, women, we're so focused on constantly improving ourselves that we forget to celebrate the wins. So you just acknowledging the fact that there is more that you want to do for your financial life, and showing up in Live Academy and being here every Sunday if you choose to, but being here tonight specifically to say, all right, I am ready to make the most of my membership and begin this session and start working on my goals is a huge deal. So, just shout each other out and just say, thank you for being here. And yes, you did it, because that's a big deal. And sometimes we don't give ourselves enough recognition for that. This is also a way for you to say that you're showing up for yourself. You focusing on your financial goals is a form of self-care, because when you are financially set, your health is good as well. You're able to live life freely and not be as stressed, worried about the next bill because it's probably already set on auto pay. Your credit is under control, and you are just focusing on a life of abundance when you are here. So you joining me tonight is you showing up for yourself. Also, I want to celebrate you for just making progress. Again, you just joining the Academy, you joining us in a Facebook group, even if you're not taking the courses, but you're engaging in a Facebook group, is progress, because this is an environment that you probably wasn't in before. So just kudos to all of you for showing up tonight. So what I want to talk about are your financial challenges. When you come to the Academy and you decide to be a member, one of the key goals, or the key, I would say, factors of being successful and making progress is being focused and knowing exactly what your goal is and what you want to work on. So when you're in the Academy, it's best if you have a very clear expectation of yourself and that you are here with intention. So we're going to figure that out together, and you're going to see something that should be familiar to most of you. But we're going to go ahead and go through what financial wholeness looks like, and we're going to measure ourselves and see where we are collectively. But before I begin that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this screen to just see your comments real quick, because I want to make sure that you guys can see the screen. And before we begin, I want to make sure you also have pen and paper. So grab a notepad, grab a pen, grab your calendar if you have that available, or your cell phone if you use like maybe Google Calendar or iCalendar. Grab all of that while I go and look at your comments real quick. All right, let me see if I can find you guys. All I see is me. That's all I see right now. All right. Let me see. Yes, go me. Okay, I see a lot of you are, recognizing yourself and saying that you're finally putting yourself first. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right back into it. So once again, make sure you have your pen, your paper, and if you don't have that around and you just have your cell phone, that's absolutely okay. Go ahead and just grab, your phone and maybe go to the notes section if you have that. And we're gonna go ahead and figure out what our challenges are so that when you are ready to take your lessons, you know exactly what you're focused on. All right, I'm seeing a lot of credit cards, paying off student loans. Ooh, student loans, I tell you, it got to everyone. All right, so let me go ahead and find my lovely screen, and we're gonna go ahead and jump back into the screen share, and we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So you have your pen and paper, you're ready to go. By the way, I'm using Canva if you can't see that. It is an awesome tool to make presentation slides. It is the best. All right. So how financially whole are you is what I want to know tonight. So there's 10 steps here. And Tiffany goes over this during her webinar. She talks about the 10 steps to financial wholeness. And basically there's 10 steps here, 10 areas, I should say, that you would want to cover in your financial life in order to feel financially whole. So what you're going to do is look at the screen, and you're going to add 10 points for every area that you have mastered. Okay, so for instance, number 1 is semi-automated budget. If you already have that completed, you're going to give yourself 10 points. Number 2, automated investment plan, retirement and wealth. Do you have an investment plan already automatically set up? And that can be anything. It could be a 401k. It could be it could be a 401k. So go ahead and put 10 points for that if you already have that completed. And if not, you mark yourself a 0, and that's okay. That's why you're here. Number 3, debt pay down plan. Do you have a plan to pay down your debt? So that's the only thing you're going to do is give yourself a 0 or a 10. Number 4, at least 3 months of expenses saved. 0 or 10. 5, perfect credit score of a 750 or higher. Congratulations to anyone who is already there. You're going to give yourself a 10, but I don't care if you're at a 730, you're going to give yourself a 0 because you're still working towards it. 6, more than one source of income. As you all know, we should have 7. That is like the rule of thumb. But right here, we're just going to focus on more than one. So if you have 2 sources of income, give yourself 10 points. 7, do you have a money team in place? So that means, do you have someone that you can speak to as an investor? If you have a business, or even personally, do you have an accountant in place? Do you have a CFO if you have a business? Your money team could be anything that you feel is helping you towards your financial goal. Your money team doesn't have to be completed, but do you have a team in place? Adequate insurance, that's a big one. You want to make sure you have life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, cell phone insurance. I mean, whatever it is, if you feel comfortable with the insurance that you have right now, you will give yourself a 10. But if you feel like you need some improvement, go ahead and give yourself a 0. Do you have a positive network? If you don't even know what that is, give yourself a 0, because we're going to figure that out. Not in this lesson, but in the academy, we'll help you figure that out. And an estate plan. So do you have an estate plan in place for your family for when not you decide, but when things go maybe a way that we're not rushing to get to, do you have an estate plan in place? So go ahead and write your percentage down. I want to know, do you have 10%, 20%, 60%? Where are you right now is what I want to know. And go ahead and share it in the comments. You'll notice one thing for sure is that you're not alone. Someone is going to share the exact amount of percentage that you have. So even if you're at 0%, that's okay, because you're already in the right direction of being in the academy and you're going to work on it. So don't be shy. Go ahead and share what that is. And then what I want to know is, what are your wins? So if you have 0%, or not 0%, if you only have 10%, right? I want to know what is the other thing that you are missing, or what do you have in place is what I want to know. So go ahead and share that in the comments. And then even if you are at 0%, share some things, because it's good for you to get that out. Like, what are you doing outside of Liverature Academy that is helping you get towards your goal? So are you looking for a side hustle? Are you sharing your financial goal with an accountability partner, with your friend, or whatever? Just go ahead and just share what those are. And again, I'm just looking at your comments. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of 20%, 30%. Someone has a 50%. Oh, it's okay, KR Wood. She's giving me cry tears because she's at 10%. As you can see, you are not alone. There are so many people with 10%. And Caliente Queen, how are you? You're always here for the most part. It's okay. You know it's recorded, so you can always join us at a later time. But you're just here at the beginning. I'm going to show the screen again, and you guys can show me where you are. Okay. So for the most part, I'm seeing a lot of 10 to 50%. I don't think I've seen anything higher than that. So it just goes to show, I do see one person at 70%. Go ahead, Chiquetta. Good for you. Oh my gosh, I'm loving egg for 0. That is too funny. All right. So yeah, as you can see, I wanted to do this exercise because I just wanted you all to know that you're not alone in this process, and that everyone is striving for some sort of improvement in their financial wholeness journey and in their journey of living richer. So I'm seeing that some of you are listing what your challenges and your weaknesses are. So this is good. Automatically, clearly, you guys are automatically picking up on what those are. You're able to easily identify those. So what we're going to do now is break that down into steps. So a lot of the times when we come inside the academy, or anytime we have goals in mind, we want to tackle it all at once. But sometimes that is like counterproductive, because then you're all over the place and you're not able to put all of your time and your energy and your focus into one specific goal so that you can accomplish that in whole. Okay, so we're going to jump into it. I'm going to show you how to break that down, and you're going to leave here tonight with an action plan for how you're going to go ahead and achieve maybe the top 3 goals. And if not the top 3, we're going to focus on the top, like the first goal, the one that's impacting basically everything else, which I'm pretty sure is going to be budgeting. But yeah, let's get back into it. So great job. I'm so happy that you guys were able to identify your challenges and your wins so quickly. Let me go ahead and get back into the screen share. All right. So many screens. Okay. So for those of you who are just joining in real quick, I'm gonna just leave this here. And just in case anybody else needed to see it again, what we did is we looked at these 10 steps here and we gave ourselves 10 points for every section that we've achieved. So if you did not achieve it, you would give yourself a 0, and then you're going to calculate it all together. So if you achieved all 10 of these, you would have 100%. If you only achieved 2 of these, 20%. There's no wrong answer. It's just showing you where you are right now in your financial journey. All right, so I'm just going to leave that there for like 2 seconds. And this is also a good time to take a screenshot so that you can always have this. We'll also have it inside of the Academy as well. But if you ever need this kind of as a starting point, every time you're about to reset your goals, this is a good place or a good thing to look at. All right. So this is how I personally accomplish my goals. So as you can see here, the goal is at least 3 months of expenses saved, right? So I pulled this right here from the financial wholeness, which was number 4, at least 3 months of expenses saved. So I'm just using this as an example, but this process is what I usually use personally. So let's say that you need at least 3 months of expenses saved. What you're going to do is give yourself 3 action steps. So action number 1 would be to identify how much you need to save. And then whatever that amount is, you're going to mark that as your savings goal. So I'm just using this as an example, but I want you to think of your first goal that you need to accomplish. So I'm gonna go back just real quick and then we'll walk through that. But this is in order of how you would want to achieve your goals. So for instance, if you are at 70%, right? And number 2 is what you're missing. For some reason, you got everything else, but you know that number 2 was missing, but you also have number 3 that's missing as well. You're gonna go with number 2. That's the step that you would want to accomplish first before focusing on your debt pay down plan, because you want to start building your retirement and your investing as soon as possible. So I hope that makes sense. So when you're choosing your goal, you want to choose a goal that is listed at the top first. Okay, so look at this again, and I want all of you to pick one goal in the order that you see it on this screen. So pick one. And then the example I'm gonna give is this at least 3 months of expenses saved. All right. So action number 1 is to identify how much I need to save. And then bam, that's my goal. I need to save X amount of dollars. So a resource I can use for that is a lesson in the Academy called How to Budget on Any Income. And I'm gonna show you guys how to go into the Academy and find your courses. But what I want you to do is to at least list your actions, and then we'll go inside the Academy and we'll do a few examples of how to find your lessons. Action number 2 is to give yourself a deadline. You have to have a deadline. And how much do you need to save a month to meet this deadline? So just because it says at least 3 months of expenses saved doesn't mean I need to save that amount within 3 months. I might give myself a year to accomplish that, just depending on what I have going on in my life and how much I need to save. So give yourself a deadline. No matter what your goal is, a deadline has to be assigned, and you want to be as realistic as possible. So don't say you plan to have this done by Friday, because you're not. And you're not going to have it done by next month unless you are really working a couple of different side hustles. Maybe you have the funds, but you just haven't practiced saving. So that's possible. So a resource for this to really figure out how much I need to save would be the Live Richer Savings Challenge. So just in case I need more hand holding, that would be a great lesson or challenge to take. And then action number 3 would be to automate my checking account or set up direct payments from my employer to automatically put those funds into my savings account. So that would be an example. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of screen share again just to see your comments. But yeah, I pretty much just pick a goal, choose a deadline, and then I choose my lessons based off of the actions that I need to take. So let me go ahead and get out of here, see what you guys are saying. Okay. Okay, someone said number 2 is my goal. Perfect. All right, awesome. Okay, so a lot of you are just really saying that you always have multiple activities happening at one time, and that can easily happen. So what I want you to do is just focus on one goal for now. And I hope you all are writing this down. If you're writing it down, say yes. Because at the end of this, I want you guys to be able to jump into the academy and start taking your lessons tomorrow. And another thing that I should mention is that when you are taking your lessons, don't rush it. If you only have 30 minutes in the moment, then take 30 minutes. The course is always there. You can sign back in and take it later. So take your time, do it 30 minutes at a time if need be, and go ahead and accomplish it. All right. So people are saying they're writing down their goals. I see someone saying that number 1 is my goal and 3 for me. Okay, so those are a few more examples. All right, I'm gonna hop right back into it. Let's see. Y'all gotta excuse these awkward moments because I tell you, technology to host Ask the Expert and try to do multiple, screen sharing. Woo! I should have thought twice before I did this. But we're gonna get through it. 1 second. All right. All righty. So I want to do another example just because I saw so many people say that number 1 was something that they needed to do. And I also saw number 3. So real quick, and you guys can help each other out because I'm not in the comments right now. So let's say that goal number 1 is to do a semi-automated budget. What would you do as action number 1? So just go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm gonna go back and review later, but at this moment, you guys can help each other out. So semi-automated budget, action number 1, what can you do to work towards that? I can tell you right now, just without looking at the comments, that one thing I would probably have to do is to take a course on how to budget. That's number 1. Number 2 would be to figure out what my automated plan is going to look like. So do I have a checkings account? Do I have a bill account? Honestly, when you're taking the lesson, Tiffany is the person hosting that course. So of course, she's going to get you all set up. She's going to walk you through beginning to end, how to automate and all of that. So honestly, step number 1 for a semi-automated budget might be just to take the lesson. And then after you take the lesson, you'll have additional steps that need to be completed. And then the debt pay down plan, if that's your goal, there's multiple things you can do for that. So first, you need to identify your expenses, right? That's an easy step. Okay, what are my expenses? And then you want to figure out what is due first or what has the highest balance. It's completely up to you. Personally, I would say to do what's due first. And then another action would be to basically identify what that is and to create a game plan on how I want to pay it. So personally, I'm a fan of auto payments because I don't even have to look at it. Once my budget is set and in place and I have that included in my budget, I go ahead, I set up my auto payments to do its thing on the dates that I wanted to do it on. And then I am stress-free. I just know what not to touch because I have everything in my expenses account, checkings account, and then everything in my spending account is mine. I don't have to worry about overdraft fees or just anything because I know exactly how much I should be spending and what I shouldn't be spending. All right, so in a few, we will go through the courses. And let me write this down because so far we focused on budget and savings. Okay, so we did our example. So next, what I would say to do is to make your goals visible. So just like you're writing it right now on pen and paper, put it on a sticky note and I put them in multiple places in the house. So I have 2 daughters. I have a husband. My oldest daughter is 9. I tell her what my goal is because she likes to she's so nosy in the cutest way. And she likes to be on top of things. She's like a little mini boss. I'll call her mini admin because she's like a little assistant. I don't know why she's like that, but I love it. So I'm like, girl, I need to work on my budget, or I need to work on this. And that's my way of sort of teaching her that finances is a thing. And she's always like, oh, how's your budget going, Mom? And I have it on a chart on the fridge. And we all kind of like just talk about it occasionally. It's not something that everyone is pressured to do, but they know it's a goal and it just naturally becomes a part of our everyday conversation. I have a sticky note that has 10 of my goals on it, and it's not financial goals, it's just my goals in life. And I have it on the mirror every morning just so I can review it real quick. And then also I have a vision board. I took a picture of it, and it's now the screenshot of my, or it's on the desktop of my phone, because I always have my phone. So every now and then it's like, I just go through my phone and I can see that my goals are there, and it just allows me to stay focused. And it allows me to be able to just like see this every day to remind me of what I need to do to accomplish my goals and what I'm working for. So I know it may seem like a little simple thing, but it's powerful to allow you to remember to focus on your goals. So all I want you to do on your sticky note is to put that number one goal that you need to work on first, so that when you wake up in the morning, you see it. When you're brushing your teeth, you see it. When you're maybe it's in the car, just to remind you that you're working on your budgeting savings. So if you want to go to the drive-through to get like a snack real quick, maybe you'll skip it. Maybe you'll pack lunch that day. If you want to stop at Starbucks and grab a Frappuccino, you might think twice if you see that sticky note. So the sticky note can really just add that stickiness to you staying committed to your goal. Next is to invest time. So commit at least 2 hours a week to completing your lessons and set a reminder. So, it's great to have a goal, but you got to put it into action. You have to make it actionable and realistic. And the way that you can do that is actually putting it on your schedule. So open your phone and schedule time for yourself. My time is usually between 7 and 8. We just ate dinner. We're good. My girls are sleeping, or I'm putting them to bed. And between 7 and 8 is the time that I'll like dedicate myself to finances. And it doesn't have to be every day, but I would say at minimum, try to do 2 hours a week. And I say 2 hours a week total. So if you know you have a busy schedule, maybe you do 30 minutes on Monday, 30 minutes on Tuesday, 30 minutes on skip to Thursday, and 30 minutes on Friday. That's your 2 hours. Because if you're trying to focus on completing everything at once, you're going to feel overwhelmed and you're not going to want to continue. And then once again, when you're doing those 2 hours of work, make sure you're focusing on a lesson that is related to your goal. So if Ask the Expert pops up on Sunday, and Sunday is included in one of your nights of studying, but the topic is on, how to start a blog, how to have a side hustle by starting a blog, but your goal right now is how to improve your credit, you might want to sit this one out. You don't need to be on that Ask the Expert session. It's not for you right now. And just to remind you all, the lessons are recorded. You can access them anytime after they've, basically been recorded so that you can watch it. You don't have to watch it while it's live. So stay focused on the specific goal that you need to complete so that you can make progress. And then 3, brag about it. So celebrate your wins in the Facebook group, send us an email at customer support, share it on social media and tag Tiffany, because Tiffany is always encouraging you all to accomplish your goals, and she's extremely happy when you do. And one thing we do inside of the, we have what it's called Slack. It's an app, and that is basically our virtual office. And constantly, day in and day out, we are sharing your testimonials. We take a screenshot of what's going on in a Facebook group, and we're just like giving ourselves high fives because we're contributing towards your progress, and we're so proud of you for it. And most of the time, as soon as we see it, we run into the Facebook group and we cheer you on as well. So brag about it. We want to hear about it. And you just never know what your testimony is going to do for another dream builder. So don't be silent about your wins. Share in full, please. The best way to make things concrete in your mind is to teach people exactly how you learned whatever behavior or whatever practice that you put in place to achieve your goals. And I mean, we want to cheer you on. We're excited. We're excited about your 750 plus, but share with the team how you got your 750 plus. Share with the other dream builders what class you took, what steps you put in place to make this happen. They would appreciate it so much more. And you're basically, just sharing a gift. So definitely follow these 3 things. They're very easy to do. I mean, it honestly just takes 30 minutes a day to complete a course and a lesson that will give you so much progress already. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there so I can see your comments, see if there's any questions. And then before I jump back into that, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna show you how to log into the courses. Okay, so I'm seeing that a lot of you, it's just, let me see, a lot of overwhelm trying to accomplish too many things at one time. All right. Okay, you guys are doing good. All right, so I'm so happy that you're taking this very seriously. The goals here are so specific. And I would say when you have a specific goal, that is amazing, because then it's easier to accomplish because you know exactly what you're trying to achieve. The only thing I would say is add a deadline to it. We want to see deadlines for sure. All right, so I'm gonna go back into screen share so that you all can see the Academy and how to pick your courses, or even how to get started. Like, say for instance, this is too overwhelming for you even. We created a very simple way for you to log into the Academy and begin lessons where they'll just come straight to your email box. So where's the screen now? This is too funny. All right. I found it. All right, so the first screen that you want to go into when you're in the Academy, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed and you just need to start from scratch, is the welcome page. So when you join the Academy, this is the first page you should have saw, is this welcome page. It says your name. I'm logged in to the team area, so it just says team, welcome to Live Richer Academy. And then it just reminds you to check your email and set your password. So all of you, this is another part of like making the most of your membership. You should be receiving emails from us weekly on Sundays. And then anytime we have anything special happening, we'll send you an email as well. We don't try to overwhelm you too much, so you only receive that one a week. But if you guys are interested in receiving more, or you have ideas for what you would like to see more of, and you don't mind more than one email a week, let us know, because we would love to email you a little bit more. Just let us know. But we want to make sure you're receiving those. So if you notice that you haven't been receiving emails from Live Richer Academy, please contact us at lrasupport.com, or in the Facebook group, just tell us you haven't been receiving any announcements. And like I said, once again, it's usually on Sundays for Ask the Expert, and then occasionally we'll send you something else, but we want to make sure you're getting those so that you're engaged and in the know and are able to make some progress. Here, it also encourages you to join the community, which is our Facebook community. If you're in it, great. If not, it's also great. In the community, it really just allows you to reinforce what you've already learned and ask questions. We have several people who have started a Facebook account just for the Facebook group. And if you get distracted on Facebook, one thing you can do is save it as a bookmark on your desktop of your phone. And as soon as you click on it, it'll take you straight to the Facebook group. So you don't have to worry about all the other noise that comes in through social networks and Facebook. All right. And then the custom learning plan is what I was really trying to get at, is if you really feel like you just don't know where you want to begin, you can click here and we will create a custom learning plan for you, which will give you a lesson to take every week for 12 weeks. And once again, it's just to kind of get the flow going. You don't have to take all 12 lessons, but it gives you lessons that are related to the area or the level of finance education or literacy that you're in your life right now. And then enjoy your fast action bonus is what's here. So when you join the Academy, most likely there was a bonus offered to you. So you can go ahead and take advantage of that. And then we have our first course selection, which is Heal Your Relationship with Money. So the way to get to this page is you would click on the browse, and under Tiffany's picture, it says welcome, start here. So even if you're not brand new, you could have been here for 3 years, 4 years, riding with us the whole entire time, that's okay. You can still get to this page if you just click on that icon there. All right. So say you're focusing on budgeting and say you're focusing on savings, you're going to click on Ask the Expert. And one thing I will say is that we are always looking for ways to improve the Academy and the navigation. One thing that we struggle with is that we do not have a search tool, and it's just something that the system that we're using doesn't have, which makes it extremely challenging, and we're so sorry for that. So we did revamp the Academy to what it is today, so that we can make it easier, so that we have these drop-down menus so that you can find it by topic. So there's two ways you can look it up. You can go to Ask the Expert, or you can click on Browse. So if you're focusing on budgeting at the time, click on Ask the Expert. Don't even click on it, just hover over it. And here's budgeting. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. And then we have all of the lessons here that is related to that topic. All right, so how to best buy big ticket items, budgeting for your bucket list, how to budget on an irregular income. So maybe you have a job that is paying you out and you work based off of commission. So every paycheck isn't the same. Tiffany walks you through in this lesson how to budget with that kind of income. We have couponing 101, how to budget with any income. So whether it's an irregular income or consistent income, you can go ahead and take that lesson, and then so on. So this is how you would get to the category that you need. And then the same thing in Browse. It just goes a little bit more into detail. We have the intensives and Inspire Her series there as well. So I do want to go over intensives real quick because I know some people don't know what intensives are. And it's basically a very detailed course that walks you through step by step a specific topic. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that because we do have a topic that kind of covers a lot of the main areas that you're focused on. So we have the home buying intensive, the curing your relationship with money intensive, 22 ways to master your taxes. And one is missing. I have to add that here, but there's a small business intensive and then a 22-day stock intensive. So if you're someone that likes a very detailed program and you don't want to do just short mini lessons, you can come to the intensive section and see if there's anything related to your topic and choose a lesson based off of that. So the home buying intensive, it does cover a little bit of everything because in order to buy a home, you need to have savings, you need to have good credit. So those two categories are looped into that. So if you are buying a home or in the process or thinking about it, I would definitely encourage you to take that lesson so that you know exactly how to prepare for it. So I saw someone say they were trying to pay down debt. So looking at this category, you would still go to credit, budgeting, and savings because you kind of need all three. And then when you're doing your 3 action steps, when it falls under those 3 categories, choose a lesson so that you can watch it and get some ideas and some resources to help you achieve the overall goal. So I hope this was helpful for you, the Browse and the Ask the Expert section and how to go ahead and navigate through that. For those of you who are focused on business, we do have a section for you, and it's broken down into 4 sections on how to start a business, fund a business, grow a business, and promote a business. But honestly, if you are still focusing on building your credit, if you do not have a 3-month savings plan in place, I wouldn't even focus on business. Your first and top priority should be how to save, how to budget, and how to improve your credit. Those are the fundamentals of financial literacy. So you want to go ahead and get all of that in place before you try to take on a whole business, which has its own set of financial commitments itself. So you want to take your time with that. All right, I'm going to pause there to see if there are any questions or comments. Okay. Okay, Shanova, I see your comment. I'm glad that you are really enjoying this and that you're able to get on the right track again, because sometimes I know for sure, hey, even though I manage the academy, sometimes I need to take the courses in the academy and I'm like, yo, I just need to take a step back and I need to focus on, a goal and take these little simple steps. And you all know what to do. I feel like we all know what to do. You just need to take a moment to kind of clear your mind and just start from scratch with someone. So For those of you who are preparing for 2020, which should be everyone, I'm telling you tonight, you should have written down that first goal. And by the end of January 2020, you should have been maybe 2 or 3 steps closer to achieving that goal. All right, let me see what else I had. I had a couple of other things that I wanted to go over. I think it was some courses that I wanted you all to see. So let me go back into screen shares, like my favorite phrase of the night. So what we have here is Kara Stevens and Ash Cash. Now, for those of you who have been around for a while, y'all know all about Kara Stevens and Ash Cash. These are the 2 courses that Tiffany and even myself would recommend for you to take. Kara Stevens has a course called Heal Your Relationship with Money, and it is a powerful class that will help you set the tone for your financial goals. And before you can grow, you really must heal. So with that course, I mean, it really just takes you back to your childhood and it helps you realize why you are the way you are with your money today. So when you're thinking about, why you're hoarding your dollars, so maybe you're doing great at savings, but you're not investing it. Why is that happening? And you'll realize that maybe something with your mom or your dad and what you saw in your childhood is making you hold on to that money. And she's basically going to show you what steps you need to take to release that. And then Mind Right, Life Right with Ash Cash, he just speaks life into you, okay? So he just reminds you that, we're all here for abundance. We all deserve to have abundance in our life. And we all deserve to live an abundant life. And he just, if you need just like a pick me up, and you need something to really reset your mind on your financial goals and just life in general, you want to watch that lesson. And at the end, or at the bottom of this video inside of the Academy, I do have the links to those courses. And then also at the end of this session, I will go to the Facebook group and you guys will see the links in there as well. So I would say that it is a bonus lesson for you to take on top of the goals or the lessons that you have to take towards working towards your goals. But those are really good to help you get your mindset right. Because sometimes we also think that we're not deserving of our goals. We don't think it's possible. We don't think it's achievable. And sometimes you just need someone to talk life or speak life into you so that you can get pumped and ready and visualize and really truly understand that, you are deserving of all the goals that you have in mind and that you can achieve them. So, yep, Kara Stevens and Ash Cash are the 2 courses that you would want to take. And if you're not inside of the Facebook group, please join us. I mean, if you're in here and you're an active dream builder in the Facebook group, please tell everyone else to come and hang out with us because that's where we build our community. That's where we support each other. It is probably like one of the most positive environments that I'm in. I jump into the Facebook group multiple times a day, and all I see is just people just cheering each other on, sharing their accomplishments. We had someone that shared a message today, and a couple of weeks ago, she shared that she bought her car. She was so excited about her car, and we were all happy for her, congratulating her. And then today she posted that the car is like done. Someone ran a light and basically totaled her whole car. And she's really upset about it, of course, but also she's just happy that she's alive and that she's safe and she knows it can be replaced. But the amount of support in the comments for her and just giving her encouragements and prayers and telling her that it will be replaced and her just feeling fine about it because she's financially set is basically what this community is about. It's about supporting each other and about sharing resources when needed. And if you're not in the group, I just encourage you to do so. And even if you're in the group, but you've been quiet, you got those people that just lurk around. Speak up. I want you tonight to just share what your goal is and then watch how many people are going to support you. We want to share your success story and we want to see how you're doing. So don't be shy. Come into the group, share what you're working on, and we'll be happy to support you along the way. And then even if you just have simple questions about how to navigate the Academy, about a link that's not working, if possible, like sometimes that happens, or if you just need to find an answer to whatever it is that's financially related, please come into the Facebook group and just ask because we are a resource to you. So again, to get in touch with us and to communicate, join the Facebook group, or you can go to lrasupport.com to fill out a form. If you're still a little shy, that's okay. And the Unicorn Squad will help you, which is the member success customer support team, or you could just email us directly at customersupport@liveratureacademy.com. We love hearing from you. I mean, I cannot explain it enough. Like, we are always, every day, talking about how you guys are doing, the stories we're hearing, and your testimonials. So please, please share. All right, I think that was the last slide. Yep. So I'm going to take this moment to just see if there's any other comments, to see if there are any other questions, see how you guys are doing. Let me see. Okay. All right, awesome. So I see someone is asking, how do I even get into the Academy? Good question. I don't know why links to courses, just in general, I'm just noticing it's always a challenge. Just like if you don't save it, you won't ever find it. So there's two things you can do. You can go to liveratureacademy.com, and then in the upper right-hand corner, there is a button that will allow you to log in. And then two, underneath this course, if you're watching it inside of the Academy, I also included the welcome page and the home page. And what I would encourage you to do is to save it. Save it, bookmark it, so that when you are signing into your computer, it's the first thing you see. So you want to set that as your home page. That's another thing that I do. When you're in your internet browser and you go to the settings, you can choose what your home page is going to be. So instead of it being Google, I mean, if you're ready to really dive in and go hard with your finances, just set it as your Liverature Academy. Because as soon as you pull up the internet, that'll be the first page you see. So if you were thinking about going somewhere else, that'll set you straight automatically if you save it to your home page. That's another like little tip. Let me see. Somebody said, yeah, I saw that. Let me see if I'm seeing any questions. Pamela said, Kara Stevens really hit home for me. She uncovered a few things I didn't know existed. Girl, at the end of that lesson, I was like, woo, I felt like I went to a therapist. It was just too much. It was way too much. I just wasn't expecting. I mean, it's way too much in a positive way. I just wasn't expecting to get so much out of that lesson. Karen Stevens is amazing. And she's in the Facebook group. So if you take the lesson and you want to tag her and you just want to thank her after you watch it, because you will, please do so. Okay, someone said it's hard to share when you recognize so many names in the group. And I can understand that. So sometimes when people have like a success story or they have a question, again, I encourage you to just email us. And then if it's something that you want to share, we'll post it on your behalf and we'll just mark it as anonymous so that, you know, everybody that you know is not in your personal business. I can definitely understand that. Okay, so the group that you're supposed to be joining is the Facebook Dream Builders group. So I'm going to drop that right now inside of the comments, and you'll see me as the Budgetnista, but it's just me. It's just me, Tamara. All right, so that's the group page. It's going to ask you 3 questions when you jump in. So you want to go ahead and answer those, and then we'll get you inside of the Facebook community. It is not the Dream Catchers group. The difference between the Dream Catchers and the Dream Builders group is that the Dream Catchers group is open to everyone. So they're not members of the Academy. I mean, they could be, but it's only for people who are focused on finances. They are not Liverature Academy members. There's like 400,000 people in that group. So it's very large. And then in the Dream Builders group, it's Liverature Academy members only. Okay, so it's just us, and we're really focused on our lessons and just really accomplishing all of our goals. And I would say everyone in the Dream Builders group is like extremely driven to just achieve all of their goals financially. Okay, what is the link for Kara and Ash? Okay, I'll drop those two. But again, they'll be underneath just in case you're not able to grab them right now. They are underneath this video inside of the Academy. You'll see a link or a section that says resources and links to save. So the courses are under the section that says resources. All right. So what I'm dropping here is Ash Cash, Mind Right, Life Right. All right. So that's that link. And then I'm also going to drop Kara Stevens' link, which is Heal Your Relationship with Money. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. And let me see if there's any other questions. How can you join the Dream Builders group? So Erica, I just dropped the link, but honestly, if you just type in Dream Builders and on Facebook, if you type Dream Builders Live Richer Academy, it'll pop right up. Apparently I can't multitask, can't type and talk for some reason. Heal your relationship with money. I'm gonna add that there. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop the link to the Facebook group one more time. But honestly, it's another quick way is you go to www.facebook.com/groups/Live Richer Academy. That'll take you right to the Facebook group page. And it is also at the bottom of the email that was sent today. So every Sunday when we send Ask the Expert emails, it should be in there to join the Facebook group. And let's see, Facebook group. Okay, so that is all there. DB says, I agree so much. I discovered with Healing Your Relationship with Money, I'm taking the course and doing the work. Oh, you're doing Curing Your Relationship with Money too. So yeah, Heal Your Relationship with Money is like a 1 hour lesson just like this, where she just walks you through and she kind of gets you started. And then there's a 22-day intensive. And I mean, honestly, it is peeling back the layers of your life, and it really brings things to reality. So if you guys are really interested in the Healing Your Relationship with Money, we can definitely do that together. When it was live, we did it together. I think it was like maybe last year or 2 years ago. And every day we posted the prompts so that we can accomplish those tasks and we could talk about it. So we can do that again so that everyone can do it together and really get the conversation flowing. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. All right, so it sounds good. Just to let you know, I'm giving you guys like a little, I wouldn't call it a freebie, it's a worksheet. And once again, that's also under this video. If you're inside of the Academy, I'm gonna grab the link so I can drop it in the comment section. But it looks similar to this. I'll show you what it looks like if I can find my screen again. All right, so this is an old one, but like this is what it looks like for monthly financial goals. And it has the goals for this month, so 3 goals, and then the actions I need to take. And then like I just check them off. And then this one breaks it, sorry, the 2-year-old got to this, as you can see. Luckily I have it underneath this little plastic layer. But anyways, here's a blank copy. So it's like, okay, for instance, say the goal was to save $10,000. What do I need to do this? Is like I write down, in the 3 areas, some of the action steps. And as I'm completing it, and I had this with me, this is a blank copy, but when I was using it, I had it inside of my bag, like in my work bag, in my handbag. Now I have it like a screenshot of, once again, I'm big because I always have my phone on me. It's on my computer. So I can just kind of give myself a reminder. But I gave you guys these like little worksheets. And let me drop the link for that so that you can print it. And if you're not able to print it, it is fillable. So you can just click on it and you can type your responses, but make sure you save it. Because if you type your responses and you don't save it, it's going to gone. It's going to be gone. All right, let me share that with you guys real quick. It is the My Financial Goals and Lessons worksheet so that you guys can print that and write it down. All right. Boom, you guys have that. So thank you again for showing up for yourselves tonight, hanging out with me on a Sunday evening. You guys are rocking out. If you could, I want you to go inside of the Facebook group and I want you to share what your goal is. What is the number 1 goal out of those 10 possible goals that you could have? Share that in the comments. You are going to see a post that is called Tools and Resources. It'll be right there at the top of the page. Go ahead and drop, how you're doing and your goal inside the comments, and we will be there to cheer you on and give you some direction if needed. And yeah, just keep us in the loop. So we'll see you inside the Facebook group. And if you're new in the Facebook group, please, share where you are on your journey. Introduce yourself. We'll be happy to welcome you, and we'll go from there. So again, thank you for this evening. And I've seen a lot of you saying that you do want to do that healing your relationship. So all you had to do was say it. I'm trying to look at the calendar. Let me know if y'all want to do it before Christmas or after Christmas, because I'm ready now. I love that healing your relationship with money intensive. So again, have a good night. I appreciate y'all so much. And we'll see you next Sunday. Ciao.